Hey, so as a follow-up to the House Goliath video, I'm now going to show you how to do a quick and easy, just tabletop standard Escher Ganger model for Necromunda. So let's hop inside the shed and have a bit of fun. So here we go. As you can see, the model is just primed with our old friend Grey Seer. So old dependable, good, solid undercoat there because it suits all colours and it's designed for contrast paint. Now we're going to break this down into just a few nice simple stages. So we're going to do metallics, then the base colours, then the contrasts, and then finally the little finishing touches just to help bring it back to life. Now a couple of things about the House Escher models just before you're ready to paint them is that they are a lot more fiddly than Goliath. You can see there that they're beautifully sculpted. They've got a lot of dynamic movement to them, but compared to the big chunky boys of House Goliath, they are a lot more fiddly. So just be patient while you're assembling them. Sometimes it does help to stick one thing on at a time, but they're relatively straightforward just as long as you're fairly patient. So let's kick things off with the metallics. So we're going to paint the silver bits silver, like the sword, the base, the las pistol, and the gold bits gold, like this little chemical thingamajig here she's got on her waist, the bionic eye targeting thingy, whatever that is. So let's get that all painted. Right, the metallics have turned out okay. Now, as you can see, I have managed to get it a little bit on some of the areas that should not be metallic. Now, let's hold that up a little bit closer so you can see. Yeah, so there's been a little bit of a spillover onto the hand and onto the hair, but that doesn't matter because the base coat paints will just go over it. And before we apply the contrast, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a final sweep of Grey Seer just on areas that need touching up. So it's time for the base coats now. So the base paints are just basically bog standard paints with no fancy schmanciness. So we're going to be going over the boots, the sort of war skirt thingamajig she's wearing, the armour, and any other bits that just need a flat normal paint. Right, so let's get cracking on that. So the base coats are now on. So the armour has been painted yellow, which I think the exact shade for that is sunburst yellow. Probably call it something different now, but I like sunburst yellow, so I'm using that. The trousers, which you can just see above the ridiculously high boots, are purple, and the sort of war skirt thing that they're all wearing is imperial purple. It just reminds me of when I was at secondary school and used to tie your jumper around your waist to look really cool. It was a different time. Now, just want to talk about yellow really quickly, which you can see on the armour there. And everyone's afraid of yellow. I don't know why. It is trickier to get a really superb result from, but at the end of the day, do you want to spend your entire life afraid of a primary colour? So you can use Nazdug yellow, which is a contrast paint, which is really good. I've used that recently on a manticore I painted, and it came out beautifully. That's a lovely yellow to use. I think there's a couple of other shades as well, but I've just decided to use yellow straight from the pot, and then we're going to, when we're doing the end steps, we're going to go over the yellow in just a light tone, just to kind of bring out the yellowness of it a bit. Okay, so next stage is we're going to do the contrast paints. Right, so now the model is starting to come together, which I think looks pretty good. So now all the basic colours are on. It's looking pretty good. Now there's obviously a little bit more work to do, but I just want to talk through a couple of things I did. So starting at the top with the hair, this is Leviathan Blue, I think that's how the hell you pronounce it, which are contrast paints, which is a really nice shade of blue. It's good for Night Lord's armour, which is why I originally got it. If you dilute it with a bit of water, it's also very good for hair. So all the gang have got this nice bright blue hair, just because when you're painting your gang, you might want them all to have different colour hair, so it's jazzy and fun, like I did with my Goliaths. But with my Escher gang, I've got them all having blue hair, because that way they've just got that unified look. Now, the other thing I did as well on the boots that I wanted to mention is that that's just Abaddon black very, very heavily diluted with water. So now we're going to apply just a few finishing touches. So we've got a light tone of army paint, well, soft tone is the exact name, but it gives a nice light effect. And I'm going to apply that to all of the base colours on there. So onto the war skirt, onto our trousers, onto the weaponry, and onto the armour. And that way we'll get a really nice shade of yellow off the back of that, because you can see that that's pretty terrible on the back there, but with a bit of soft tone it will look quite nice. Right, so let's get some of that on and see what it looks like. Right, so that's now looking pretty damn good. That's now tabletop standard, perfectly adequate. So I've done a really light green ink, I've come dark ink on the las pistol here, just tiny bit of dark green, just tickled onto there, and then wiped most of it off to make it look a bit tarnished. And the other thing I've done as well is, as you can see, the back is now quite a decent shade of yellow. So again, it's tabletop standard. This isn't going to win you Golden Demon, but this will get your gang onto the tabletop and getting you playing games. Now that's done with soft tone from Army Painter Quick Shade, and the bottom stuff is strong tone, just on the base here, because it's the underhive, filthy metal corridors, so I went for a much stronger tone. With House Goliath, pile on the ink. Yeah, they work in furnaces and industrial stuff all day, but House Escher, they are the ones who are doing weird chemical stuff, which I think is a fantastic addition to the background fluff. And I'm just going to do a finishing touch, and I want to show you a trick with the sword here. So I've got this stuff, which is Nurgle's Rot, which is a technical paint, which I think after Blood for the Blood God is my absolute favourite. Now I'm just going to tickle a little bit on there, on that blade. Now, when that dries, that will dry like a glossy venom, is the look that we're after, because yeah, House Escher, they will use every damn dirty trick in the book. Now, here is something that I've learnt fairly recently, which I absolutely love. Now, you need a fairly old pot of Nurgle's Rot to do this, but as you can see here, when it dries, when you get those dry bits on the edge, you get this, can you see those little stringy bits? Here. There we go, and can you see that? That's just a little string, and now if you put that, this is very fiddly, put that there, just on the tip of the sword, and again this falls under the category of being incredibly bloody fiddly. There we go. Now, that's now hanging off the edge of the sword there, looking like it's dripping venom. There we go, so with that there, we've now got that strand there, just on the edge. You can just about make that out there. I'm just going to get a bit more Nurgle's Rot from the pot. And just hoping that this doesn't knock it off. There we go, perfect. Right, so she is now ready to join her sisters and fight in the Underhive. So please do like and subscribe. I'd love to hear what you think as well, so if you've got a comment, preferably a nice comment saying how fantastic I am, but if there's another comment saying, hey, you know, this was terrible, here's how you can do better, I'd love to hear that as well. So next time we're going to do another bit of a painting tutorial, and I'm going to show you how to paint this guy, who is one of the untamed beasts from Warcry, which is the Age of Sigmar skirmish game. So thanks so much for your time. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.